Hi there, and welcome to the AI Bots and Automation workshop as part of the Tourism 4.0 program. I am Fernando Jardim, also a startup founder, so I have a travel tech myself, and I also lead the 351 Portuguese startup community, which is the largest startup community in Portugal. So I have worked in several initiatives and also have developed several startups. So I'm really happy to be here sharing some knowledge with you. So what's the agenda for today? First, we're going to start with a short introduction, a little bit of context about the tourism and the AI industries. And then we're going to see some use case. So we're going to show how I use AI and bots in my context. And then I'm going to show you how you can use it with solutions that require no code or really just a short bit of code. So starting with the context. So the tourism activities market, which is the market that I am part of, is actually the third largest segment within the travel industry. And it accounts for 129 billion of dollars of sales in a year. But out of this 129 billion, only 27 are actually done online, which means that more than 100 million of sales still done offline. And this happens because 86% of the market are small and medium business that got teams of less than 1.4 people, which are less than 1%, more or less. And half of the players in this industry, they don't practice any kind of digital marketing, not even free activities. So as you can see, the tour and activities market, and actually the whole tourism industry, is still in its majority offline. And in the other hand, we have technologies such as ChatGPT that they have reached 100 million of users in 2 months. And this is a record. There was no other technology that has reached so many users in such a short time. And they actually been disrupting the industry. So if you just Google it, chatbot taking over my jobs, you're gonna see there are 42 million of results and articles from really great sources such as CBS, The Guardian, and all the others, stating how ChatGPT will automate most of the jobs and which positions are in risk of being taken by the AI. And here we're gonna see how these technologies have been implemented in most of the tools they use on the daily basis. And here's an example on how Google is actually using AI to make us work more efficiently. Quite impressive. Hey, there's another technology that Microsoft will release really soon, which is the Power Apps. So they really have an app to build apps in a very simple way But now you can actually just describe what you want to do it, and in a matter of seconds, the app will be built. So it's quite amazing, eh? So, okay, we already understood that the tourism industry is quite offline. Most of the players are small players. They are teams of less than one person. No, they're teams of one person. So it's really hard for this business to actually implement automation. So I just want to share with you how I do it and how I help tour operators to be more efficient. So you can do it and you can implement this practice on your business as well. So just to give you an introduction, Tripper, we are a company that does sales as a service. And what we promise is we're going to help tour operators to save 2 or 3 days of work a week. At the same time, they help them to sell 10 times more, and we are 70% cheaper than our competitors. And we are able to do this because we automate most of the work that they need to do it. So this is a little bit on what we do. Let me move this window here. So here we go. So we first actually have a bot that I'm going to show you. So I built this bot only for this presentation. Web scraper. Let me get that one and let me push scrape and start scraping. So what I'm actually doing, I'm replacing a form. So they don't need to fill any form to have the data on our platform. I'm actually the bot gonna go to every single of the websites, and it can be websites, it can be book page, an Instagram profile, and this bot gonna get all the information from the products and service in an automated way. So I'm really replacing a form. This is very useful for marketplaces, for instance, that they rely on people filling information. You don't need to do that anymore. And what's cool about it, so it's loading because it's going to every single page. It's at the end of it, you're gonna output for us a spreadsheet with all the data collected from the business. So then once I have all this data, so I'm trying to open up Excel to show you. Let's see. Here we got the tour operator. Here we got the link for the product. Here we get how it reserved. Here's the trip title. Here are the departures. Here are the return. Here's the image source, and I can collect as much information as I want from the website. So I can collect pretty much everything. So once I have this information, I actually developed my own AI, but you don't have to do that. Copy the text. Here I'm gonna add 80% accuracy, and it will output me everything that I need to know. So here's the destiny. So out of this text, you're gonna tell me here's the destiny, here's a small summary about this trip, the package, here are the optionals, and then at the end I have the relations, meaning this is the departing date, so it will depart on this day at this hour. So I got a block of text that was not structured, and I actually structured it. And now I can auto write experience. So I can pretty much add the experience on my website, but I can also throw this experience in a lot of places such as TripAdvisor, Get Your Guide, Meetup, whatever they are. And on the top of it, we have developed a bot that based on this information, it outputs very simple information about like what's the price for the trips, what's included, what's the dates. Okay, I want to browse by category. So we mapped that 90% of the questions can be answered with very simple information. So we actually saved a lot of time for customer support from them. Okay, now how can you actually build technologies such those ones so you can actually scale your business? So first, if you don't have any platform, a really good starting point is to use Microsoft Power Apps. It's gonna help you to build applications without any code or pretty much low code. So you don't really need to code to develop a really nice technology. And if you want to use Power Apps, here's the QR code to access their platform. And it's free or it has a trial period. You can apply for Microsoft for Startups program and you can get free access for up to 2 years. And then, okay, how do I run scrapers? So the tool that I've shown you, it's called Web Scraper, and there is a lot of videos on how to do so. But there are other tools that I want to show you. So first of them is Phantom Busters. So you can pick from wherever you want to scrape, and they really have some bots that are really coded. So you don't need really to code. Let's say you have a competitor that you want to extract all the followers from this profile, or you want to auto follow them so they will follow you when they get the notification. Or for you, it's very important to comment in a lot of pictures to get traction, or to like, or you can search for hashtags, which is really, really cool. So let's say you are in the surfing industry, you want to post in all the tags that are surfing in Portugal. You can actually match hashtags here with Instagram multiple hashtag collectors. You can find everyone that's talking about surfing in Portugal, and you can set up two bots to find these posts and actually to comment on it. This is a really good practice. You can find Facebook, you can automate email, you can automate a lot of things, as well as there is another one called Apify. So for instance, you want to try to find all the restaurants in Lisbon. You can use a Google Maps scraper. You can scrap all the contents from restaurants in Lisbon. You can auto-comment in groups. So there is a lot of things that you can do, and these things pretty much use no code at all. We're going to talk about Zapier in a second. So we spoke about Phantom Busters. Browse AI is just another tool, and Apify I've shown you. So I'm not going to take a long time here. If you are interested on these tools, here are the QR codes. Most of them are very cheap, and you can really, really develop a scraper in seconds. Okay, once you got all the information, what do you do with this information? So there is a really cool solution called Zapier. So for instance, here there's an example. When I get a lead on Facebook, I can send a message on Slack, which is a kind of chat, to let my team know about it. And I can create a deal in my CRM where I can actually start sending notification for the leads every month. This is just one of the things that you can do with Zapier. So we're going to show you a video on how it actually works.
Welcome to Zapier. If you're like us, you've spent a lot of your time handling repetitive but business-critical tasks. No one wants to copy and paste data or upload CSVs or send the same email to leads every day, but those are the things that keep a business running. So how is Zapier going to help you with all that? Zapier connects the apps you use every day and automatically moves information between them, doing that work in the background. That's just one way Zapier can do work for you. Head to our app directory and think about your repetitive work you want off your plate. Whether it's those annoying CSVs, adding tasks to your to-do list, sending the same email, or adding form responses to a spreadsheet. Whatever your workflow, there's a good chance Zapier can do it for you automatically.
Super impressive. I just want to show you the website, which got all these things that I told you. So if you come on the top here and you browse by most popular Zapiers, you can find pretty much any tool, and you can connect any tool with any other tool. For instance, once you have a spreadsheet, you can say, okay, I want to send an email, for instance, or I want to make a post, or I want to send a message on Slack, I want to create a Trello card for it, or I want to send a Google Calendar. You can connect any information that comes from a Google Sheet, for instance. So I've scraped all this information, I've added on a Google Sheet, and then we can set up any automation with those contacts, with those posts, with whatever field you have on the spreadsheet. You can set up any automation, which is super cool. So here there are some examples. You can use add Facebook leads to Sheets. So you can come to CMOS apps. And you can connect with over than 5,000 apps, which is a lot. Here they just give a few suggestions, and they have a lot of suggested workflows that you can do with any platform. So it's really, really, really super cool. Another thing that you can do to use your information, so let's say I got a block of text and I want to extract information out of it, is actually to use ChatGPT, for instance. Here's ChatGPT, and I guess that everyone knows about it. And you can come and say, please take, please, given the text below, put the following information. Extract following information into a table. Destiny, prices, accommodation, kind of accommodation, its prices, what is included, what is not included. Here you go, let's see if it works. And so it works. So the thing with ChatGPT is that you just need to find the best prompt and the best way to actually ask the information, and it will output you everything that you want, which is super cool. So I'm just gonna close because it's gonna take ages. Let's talk about customer support, or actually actions to do with customers. So you're really seeing how to scrape information, how to actually connect this information, and how to process this information through several services. And now how can you actually engage with customers? So one thing that's super cool, Microsoft Power Apps, so it's the same link as below, they have this thing called Power Virtual Agents. You can connect to your database, and if you don't have a database, the Power App will create for you. You can create about your database, and it will deal with your customers automatically based on the information that you have on your database. So for instance, we scraped all the information from the products and service from my customers, and then we used, I have my own AI, but let's say that he used ChatGPT to extract information from this product and service, and you put it in a database via Zapier. So now we can actually connect our virtual agent to your database, and when a customer comes and asks you something about the product and service, it will automatically reply to this customer information that they want to know. So what's the price, what's the room type, what's the accommodation, because all this information is already set on your database. This is really cool. Another way that you can build bots is via Twilio. The really famous tool, you can either build voice bots, you can build SMS bots, you can build bots, messenger bots, Instagram bots, you can build pretty much anything there. I'm gonna show you a video how it works. You just need to design flows, so there is no code actually, you just design flows of yes and no, and it will build the bot automatically for you. Super cool, huh? Another thing that you can also do is using OpenAI and Zapier, for instance. So at Zapier, we have a lot of services that provide bots. So you can actually make multi-steps Zapier. So we can actually add many tools in one Zapier. So here we actually using the output of ChatGPT and the service that's called Assigned Chat that also send WhatsApp messages. So it's really no code. You just need to assemble the tools that you want to connect one with another. And once you have all the flows designed on this tool, which is very similar to Twilio, you can have a WhatsApp bot like this. So just a quick recap on everything that we're seeing. We understood the majority of the tourism business are not digitized. They still done a lot of things offline and they have a lot of manual process. And in the other hand, there are new AI tools that are actually changing the way that we do business, and they are actually disrupting the market very fast, and they are taking a lot of jobs away. We saw they can use AI and bots to automate pretty much anything that you want to do it. So we've seen tools to scrape information in a very automated way from the internet, such as Phantom Buster, API, and many others. And then we understood how to process all this information and how to connect many platforms. So we've seen how Zapier can actually connect several platforms, and we also seen how ChatGPT can actually digest this information and output something that's very meaningful. And finally, we've seen how to actually engage with customers. So once you have all this information and this information is really structured, now if you want to build bots to talk with customers, we've seen solutions on Twilio and Zapier. So thanks very much for attending this workshop. As I mentioned, I am Fernando Jardim. My LinkedIn/in/Fernando Jardim. Feel free to reach me out. Thanks very much. See you soon. I hope you have enjoyed this workshop.